The signal arrived as a flicker on Lieutenant Commander Aris Thorne's console, a burst in the static of deep space. He's been staring at the same swirling nebula for 72 hours, the monotony broken only by the occasional micrometeoroid impact against the Daedalus shields. Now this source, Thorne asked, his voice raspy from recycled air and boredom. Unidentified, sir. Bearing 217 Mark 14 and distance approximately 3.20, replied Lieutenant Jessa Reyes, her fingers dancing across the sensor array. Signature doesn't match any known vessel or probe within TCD registry. It's odd. Odd was an understatement. The energy signature was chaotic, fluctuating wildly. It wasn't a weapon, not exactly. More like a disruption. Thorne, a veteran of a dozen frontier skirmishes, felt a primal unease crawl up his spine. The Daedalus was a patrol frigate, designed for long-duration reconnaissance and rapid response. She wasn't equipped to handle the unknown. Magnify visual, Thorne ordered. The nebula resolved into a distorted image on the main view screen. A structure, vast and geometric, hung within the cosmic dust. It was natural. Thorne recognized the impossible angles, the seamless construction of materials he couldn't even begin to identify. It pulsed with an internal light, a sickly green that seemed to writhe. Report, Thorne said, his voice tight. The structure's radiating a complex energy field, sir. It's interfering with our senses. Communications are heavily degraded, Reyes reported, a brow furrowed in concentration. And picking up patterns, recurring sequences within the radiation, almost like a language. Can you decipher it? Thorne asked, a flicker of hope igniting within him. I'm attempting a cross-reference with known alien dialects, but it's unlike anything I've encountered before. It's fractal. The patterns repeat at every scale. Suddenly, the structure emitted a focused beam of energy that struck the Daedalus shields. The frigate shuddered violently. Shields down to 87%. Damage report. Thorne balked. Minor hull breaches on decks 3 and 5, sir. Engineering reports temporary power fluctuations, came the reply from the damage control officer. Return fire. Non-lethal pulse cannons, Thorne ordered, steeling himself for what was about to unfold. The Daedalus pulse cannons fired, baiting the alien structure in bursts of energy. The structure didn't respond with a direct attack. Instead, the pulsing green light intensified and the fractal patterns became more complex, spreading outwards like a virus. Sir, the energy field is expanding. It's affecting our navigation systems, Reyes shouted. The Daedalus lurched violently, spinning out of control. Alarms blared throughout the ship. Thorne gripped his commander chair, struggling to maintain his composure. Stabilize the ship. Reyes, what's happening? I don't know, sir. It's like the structure's rewriting our reality. Our sensors are showing inconsistent readings. I'm detecting multiple timelines simultaneously. Thorne felt a wave of nausea wash over him. Multiple timelines. The concept defied everything he understood about physics. He glanced at the faces of his crew, reflected in the holographic displays. They looked bewildered, terrified. Communications. Attempt to establish contact. Thorne commanded, a desperate hope clinging to him. A distorted voice crackled over the con system, speaking in a language none of them recognized. It resonated within their minds, a symphony of alien thoughts and emotions. We are the architects. This is a test. You are deemed inadequate. The voice vanished, as abruptly as it appeared. The structure unleashed another wave of energy, this one far more powerful than before. The Daedalus groaned under the strain. Sir, the shields are collapsing. The damage control officer screamed. Prepare for impact. Thorne roared. The Daedalus was pulled inexorably towards the alien structure. As they drew closer, Thorne saw that it wasn't a static object. It was a gateway, a nexus point between realities. He felt a strange sensation, a blurring of memories, a sense of dislocation. Suddenly, everything went white. Thorne awoke with a gasp, sprawled on the cold metal floor of a dimly lit corridor. He was surrounded by the wreckage of what appeared to be a ship, but it wasn't the Daedalus. The technology was different, archaic, yet strangely familiar. He staggered to his feet, his head pounding. The corridor was silent, devoid of any signs of life. He peered out into the darkness, his hand instinctively reaching for his sidearm. He didn't find a weapon. He found a uniform. It wasn't a TCD uniform. It was Terran Colonial Defense Force. But the insignia was different. The colors were faded, the design archaic. He stumbled into a larger chamber. It was a bridge, but stripped bare. The holographic displays were shattered, the control panels rusted and corroded. A single flickering light illuminated a tattered map of the star systems. He recognized the map. It was a map of the Sol system, but something was wrong. A new planet was marked on the map, a planet that didn't exist in his timeline. He approached the map, his heart pounding in his chest. As he leaned closer, a voice echoed in the chamber. "Welcome back, Lieutenant Thorne." Thorne spun around, his hand reaching for his non-existent weapon. Standing in the shadows was an elderly man, dressed in a similar antique TCD uniform. His face was etched with weariness and regret. "Who are you?" Thorne demanded. "I am Elias Vance. I was once your commanding officer." Vance's voice was raspy, filled with the weight of ages. "You've been brought back to a time before." "Before what?" Thorne asked, his mind struggling to comprehend the impossible. "Before the architects, before the convergence, before humanity reached for the stars." Vance pointed to the newly marked planet on the map. "That is Aethelgard, a world born of the architects' intervention, a world that serves as a nexus point in their grand design." "What design?" Thorne pressed. "To reshape reality, to prune timelines, to control the flow of existence." Vance explained, a profound sadness in his eyes. "The architects deemed our timeline unsatisfactory. They sought to correct it, to steer humanity towards a more suitable path. And we failed?" Thorne asked, a chilling realization dawning upon him. "Not exactly. You were part of a reconnaissance team sent to investigate the architects' initial contact. You witnessed their power. You became a variable in their equation." Vance paused. "The architects intervened, pulling you from your timeline, sending you here as a seed, a reminder of what could be lost. What am I supposed to do?" Thorne asked, his voice filled with desperation. "Warn them. Prevent them from reaching for the stars. Destroy Aethelgard. Sever the connection to the architects before they can irrevocably alter our destiny." Vance handed Thorne a small, metallic device. "This is a temporal beacon. Use it to transmit a message to your past self. Tell them everything." "But how can I change the past?" Thorne asked. "You must. Humanity's future depends on it." Vance's expression became stern. "The architects will return. They will seek to erase you. Be prepared to fight, Lieutenant, for the fate of humanity rests upon your shoulders." Suddenly the lights in the chamber flickered violently. A distorted voice echoed through the room. "Asterisk, the anomaly has been detected. Eliminate the source of asterisk." The chamber was plunged into darkness. Thorne braced himself, knowing that the battle for the past and the future had just begun. The temporal beacon pulsed in his hand, ready to send its message across the vastness of time. But as he activated it, a chilling thought crossed his mind. What if the message itself was part of the architect's plan?